Have any of you been arrested? Oh, you have?
Oh,
Briefly.
I knew it.
Briefly, sister. Not for the same noble reasons that you were.
But I've never seen your mugshot. Is there a mugshot of you somewhere?
Nah, the lads didn't have film in the camera. Back in the day. Nah, I spent one night in the clanger and that was it. It was
right.
a drunken issue.
Because I love your mugshot. I mean, you use this mug. I mean, you sell it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You sell the picture on... You do mugshots.
T-shirts, mugs. Mugshot.
Yeah.
So amazing. I mean, it's like an actor's headshot.
Yeah, that's a clever
But
mugshot.
what I like is the fist bump is also because...
Well, see, I'm double-jointed, so they put the handcuffs on, but I can slip right out.
So there was no handcuff. And why were you arrested?
Oh, God. Oh, because Nixon had it out for me, and... they had me I was flying in from Canada, and they had me stopped at the airport. The arresting officer told me it was orders from the White House. And in those days, I used to take a lot of vitamin pills, and they were all in little plastic envelopes marked BLD, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they said I was smuggling drugs. It took a month for them to, you know, to find out that they were vitamins. But I was told it was Nixon.
Presumably because you're Johnny Depp. Like, I read a story about... Was it because you were coming from Lima to Miami, I think, when you were stopped at customs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And if you hadn't been Johnny Depp, they probably wouldn't have stopped you, would they?
Well, it's kind of an interesting route, anyway. Lima, Peru to Miami.
It does sound like a drug run.
They're already expecting things, and I did have some things. And, yeah, there was a kind of a soft bag, and the customs guy said, would you mind opening this up? I said... He said first, what is in there? I said, stuffed piranhas. Sorry? Stuffed piranhas and some vampire bats. Unzipped, and then there just happened to be some sort of vitamin powder that I was taking at the time.
Yeah,
I mean, in all seriousness. Otherwise, I'd still be in jail. When I unzipped it, poof, you know. And there were these piranhas and bats covered in white powder.
Why did you have piranhas and bats? Never mind the cocaine, right? Sorry, why did you have piranhas and bats?
Well, it was important to have them.
Yeah, of course.
I had to bring them home.
Yeah.
But the guy thought he'd found the mother lode, you know.
You must have been so excited.
Oh, God, it was...
Oh.
After that.
Two-hander.
He didn't go through with it, just so you know.
All right. No, so how did you say?
I'm still a virgin. Oh, I was a virgin until Ricky.
Do you say that's vitamin powder? Don't worry about it. And he believed you. Is that real? They really do
Did
that?
not believe me. No.
No, right. So what do they do?
Everybody came out with guns and things like that.
And you wow.
Couldn't make a difference at all.
But did you put a knife in your and go up the rigging? That's what I'd have done.
You were quite a wild child, I would say.
All right. I was wilder when I was 9 years old than I ever was as a teenager. Okay. I ran away from home, I stole a horse, I jumped on a freighter, and kept going until my girlfriend started crying for her mother.
Oh, how did you get back?
I called my mother.
but this is, no, like, you say you... How old... This is Cher's... I don't know if it's your only, but it's certainly your first mugshot. How old...
Oh, my God, that's not true! That's not true. I did it, but I didn't get arrested for it.
What's that from, then?
That's my school picture when the 8th grade. They just put that... I swear to God, I would cop to it if it was true.
Why did it say Los Angeles Police in front of you?
Because some, like, rag magazine thought it was funny,
okay,
and I actually did, too. But, so, all right, I learned how to drive when I was 11. So my girlfriend...
Not wild, really.
No, my grandfather taught me. It wasn't a big deal. So my friend had a boyfriend, and he said he had to go in. We were at a bowling alley. He said, I have to go in, and I have to say something to a friend. I'll be there for 4 seconds. And we waited, and he didn't come out. And so then the girl said, Cher, you know how to drive. Let's just drive around the parking lot. I said, okay. And then he didn't come out. So, Cher, let's just drive around the block. And so he didn't come out, and I just thought, well, this, I'm going to take us out. And so we went to a drive-in to get something to drink, and we got arrested. But not exactly arrested, just taken to jail.
Tell us about was it the premiere of Thor?
Oh, come
Ragnarok?
on.
Oh, go on. Go on.
Oh,
it's all over now.
it
They
is,
can't
it
fire
is.
you. They can't fire you.
No, they tried.
So, if you don't know this story, this is what happened.
Are you cutting?
It's coming to you talking.
So they asked me to do social media backstage, and at that time it was like Facebook Live had just hit the apps, and so I was back there doing my FaceTime Facebook Living, and I thought I hit the off button, but I didn't realize it had 2 different off buttons. And I went off, ran to my seat. They started the movie. I put my phone in my pocket. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like 5 minutes in, and my phone is blowing up. I'm just like, bzz, bzz, bzz. And everyone and their mother was texting me from all over the world to tell me that my phone was on, and I was live broadcasting the movie. But of course, I'm a gentleman, so I don't check my phone in the movie. So finally, they sent a lady down, and she, hey. And I'm like, what? And she's like, your phone is on. I was like, no, it's not. It's in my pocket. She's like, it's on. And I pulled it out, and I just like, oh, shit. I get a call from Kevin Feige.
Oh, the big boss.
The boss. He's like, what are you doing, man? I said, Kevin, it was an accident. I swear to God. They told me to use the Facebook Live. I don't know how to use it. He's like, you can't do this stuff. I was like, no, you're right, sir. You're absolutely right.
Sir.
And the next day, I showed up to do press, and I'm hurting. I can't look anyone in the eyes. And I walk over to him to say sorry, and he grabs me in a bear hug. And he's like, that was genius! We got more press from that than the whole premiere! We couldn't have imagined doing something that good. All they heard was laughing.
Because there are so many kind of classic Aussie stories of excess and madness. Do you only know them because people have told them to you?
Well, I kind of remember. When I used to get home, Sharon used to bollock me all the time. So that's how I remembered a few things, you know. But, you know, everybody's heard the bat, the dove, the Alamo and all that stuff. But it's stuff in there that people hadn't heard. I remember one night I went out to a place called Benihana's. Have you heard of them?
Oh, yeah.
And I was drinking sake out of a soup bowl. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up in pitch black, and I can see these car lights going past me. And I go, where are we? So I'm feeling around in the dark, and I feel this car, and I want to take a pee. So I unzip myself, and then suddenly this blue light on this car goes, woo! And the window winds down, this woman cop goes, when you finish shaking that thing, your ass is going to jail. Picture of that, when I'm in the jail in Memphis, that's what happened.
Now, I'm not suggesting that any of you are actual criminals, but
We are.
all I'm saying is watch yourself around Rihanna. Now, Rihanna, I don't know if you know how criminal you are. Okay, let's just look at this picture. Did you ask permission from the club when you left holding this glass? Because I don't think
That might have been one that I took to the club.
Yeah.
Oh, she took
What about this one? What about this
It's
one?
crystal.
Did you ask about that glass?
That looks.
I'll just speed it up. What about this one? What about this one? Did you ask about that one? They look
the
like they're
same
back there.
one.
That's coming out of my wages.
That's the
Come back. Okay, what about this one? There you are leaving a fashion show.
I took that back to the hotel that I took it from.
Of course you did.
I
Yeah.
remember my
This one. There's another one. There's another one. And sometimes you don't even bother to steal the glass. Just a ball. We're never seeing that glass again.
My mom is gonna see this.
Was it when you were auditioning for the first X-Men?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Was it, you had to come here to do it?
This is just like, this is just humiliate Jennifer Day. I was auditioning for the first X-Men. My passport was expiring under 6 months, which apparently you're not supposed to travel, blah, blah, blah. So they were like, whatever you do, don't tell them that you're here for work, because they'll ask for a work visa. Say you're here for pleasure. And I'm like, oh my good God. I have to lie to a customs officer. And so I'm working myself up so much through the line. I'm like, okay, I just have to have a backstory. I got a backstory, and I have to believe it. And so he gets there, and he was like, business or pleasure? And I was like, pleasure? What are you doing for pleasure? My brother's getting married. And he was like, where's he getting married? Wimbledon. Is he American? Yes. Do you have an invitation? No. Are you telling the truth? No. No. I'm here for work, and I don't have a work visa, and my passport expires, and I'm not even supposed to be here. And then I had to sit in a tiny little jail for like 5 hours while they called my employer. I felt tiny.
Chris Pratt, you like getting naked.
Yeah. Yeah, I've spent a good amount of time naked. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even when you were a kid, didn't you?
I was always getting naked. I was always getting in trouble for getting naked. They're like, you can't just pull your dick out. I was like, why? Why? It's funny.
But it has got you in trouble in your sitcom.
Yes, yeah.
This is Parks and Recreation, the sitcom.
I wonder if this is okay to say. I guess it is. Basically, there was a scene like in the second season of the show. I play this guy who is dim-witted and guileless, but a real idiot but lovable. And he lives out in a pit outside of this house. He lives in a hole in a tent, and he's like kind of a homeless guy. And he got kicked out of his girlfriend's house. Anyways, long story short, she has invited him to come back to the house for some reason, but I think it's to hook up. So I come back naked. And of course, they give you these briefs that are like little underwear, but that are skin colored because they'll pixelate it out. But now I knock on the door, and Amy Poehler's character opens the door and says, "Andy," and I'm naked, and that's the bit. Well, it was like late in the day, and Amy was going, "Andy," but to me, it didn't seem like she really was reacting to seeing my dick. And so I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop my trowel as an improv. She'll open the door, and then that will be the take that they'll use, right? By the way, it is the take that they use. And she opens the door, and she goes, "Andy, whoa!" And I ran it by the boom mic operator. I was like, dude, should I get naked? He was like, drop trowel. And then I got a letter from NBC saying basically, never, ever do that again. There is a protocol to being naked. You must give everyone the option to not see it. Because I forgot that, yes, there's not that many people in the room, but there's a camera, and behind the camera is a ton of people watching, you know? So I got naked, and then they sent me the letter, and I framed it. I got it right next. I got it in my office. I love it. And it said, first of all, this is not a joke. You're being reprimanded. This is the last warning. It can't happen again. And also, we don't want you going around and talking about this letter like it was some kind of joke. So, there you go. Duly noted.
Oh my God, so awesome.